100 mob in the building, go ahead on and get your little brother, nigga, straight up and down. He keep on going in on the whole neighborhood. Anybody you see walk past, you need to tell him to let his classmate go, nigga, straight up and down. I never take it back. I put it on camera just so the world can see how your little brother is. And you need to go ahead on and tell him to stop hating in my comments, nigga, straight up. And tell him to let his classmate go one more time. You already know what it is me. Huh? And listen to Jesse somewhere in the hills, nigga, straight up and down. Cause that's where we at, nigga, somewhere in the hills, nigga, straight up, nigga, we ain't got the bread to go, nigga. That's how I gotta get it in. Yeah, nigga, straight, we gonna community tell me, we gonna go on, drop the link, nigga, come on, nigga, don't even try to run over here, nigga. You already know I'm gonna go and catch you, nigga, straight down. Shut! Gonna get your mind right. I didn't even want to do it too hard, you know what I'm saying? I just want to, you know what I'm saying, let y'all know that we made the win, you know what I'm talking about? Because that's the tour old Jesse said, nigga, you need to go on look out for that too, nigga, hating that nigga, you already know what it mean. Nah, we want to talk about Maine Music, and we want to talk about Meezy, and we really want to talk about what Meezy standing on out here, you know what I'm saying? He's, you know, out here in album mode, nigga. So you already know what it is, and you already know what's going on. If y'all here in album mode, we need to go ahead on and talk about it, man. And, you know, like I said, man, you know what I mean? It was a trap put out Meat Riding Spider and stuff like that Lil Avid did, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he kind of replied back to it, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to put it up here so people can see. So it is what it is. We're going to be talking about that, but what we want to talk about is what Maine Music is actually headed. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I mean by what he headed at, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about on his musical journey, because we know it's a lot of projects that he been working on with other people, that he working on by himself. We know that it's a lot of things that's going on inside BR, you know, as far as on a street level and a beef level. And it's a lot of people that been speaking up on Maine Music ever since he came home. So we know that the spotlight is shining on him. You know what I'm saying? In some degree, you know, because everybody's still worrying about how he dressing, what he doing, his jewelry. It's always something inside the headlines about Maine Music. So this is where you know where he headed on his musical journey. You know what I'm saying? He on this journey to get noticed for something, you know, that you might not want him to be known for. You know what I'm saying? And that's talent, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because if he could keep y'all sitting up here worrying about everything he doing every day, anywhere, you know what I'm saying, that he at, and you know what I'm saying, in the city where he post up and, you know, actually do what he do, then he know that, you know, y'all steady watching. So it's like he got it where he needed to be. Now, it was things that was happening while he was gone or whatever, and he was doing this 7-year stint. You know, he was into it with a lot of people. And like I said, you know, a lot of people came out and they spoke against Maine Music at these times. You know, when we talk about the whole Kodak Black situation, we talking about a situation that, you know, could have went up from there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, with the Lil Avid situation, him, you know, this is his latest beef, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, Lil Avid did what he did, said what he said. Maine Music has all right to reply. This is what he put, you know what I'm saying? And this is what I want people to realize. When we talk about, you know what I mean, the Kodak Black thing that we were talking about earlier, you know what I mean? It was because Maine Music spoke on him, and he spoke on him being in PC. Kodak Black did respond, you know what I'm saying? And then we got other people that decided that seemingly speak up on Maine Music, you know, and we want to say Honeycomb Brazy was one of those people. He posted this, you know, about Maine Music, you know, coming home, you know me, being a, you know, blood, because I want to say that because Lou Wop, the only person from BR that he was chilling around that was real close to Brazy, you know what I mean? So
And that's turned into a whole new nigga.
And, you know, his ties to
And she like me, so you just cute to make some pretty ass babies. And I always wanted you, but you was always taking it off. First you had me back in the day. I felt delusional, schizophrenic, quit name dropping about me fucking down, such and such. But if I must, I don't trust that shit off, yo. But I can be the biggest spider you can call on. She like me, so we young, bro. But your baby mama stay in the mood, dog. I ain't got time for that. They talk, I'ma talk like they ain't gon' throw no shade. And the biggest fucking dick will let the escalate. They do the same thing again. They do the same thing again. The same thing again.
So he can't win in that matter, no matter what you say. So it's like, Maine Music, we talk about what type of places he is when it comes to BR, and when it comes to the culture of BR. We talking about one of the heavyweights when he was gone. He had as much weight as she had when he came home. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about on the physical level. I'm talking about on the music level. Because people were salting out to see him do a million views on every video like he was doing at one point. Lou Wop was the one that was doing a million every video. You know what I'm saying? You know, Lou Wop was doing his numbers, but before Maine went in, you know what I mean, he was on the verge of, double that shit, all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Big things. And then that derailed. So when he comes back, he's up on that same pedestal when it comes to VR, because you gotta look at it like this. They know how hard he can work, and they know what type of work he can put out, and it's gonna be quality. But a lot of people feel like when he went up on that run, when he was dropping back to back to back to back to back, people felt like he was doing too much. And he wasn't doing too much. He was doing exactly what I was telling y'all from the get-go. He was establishing this whole thing as a rapper. This is what I do. Y'all can't do this better than me. Y'all might got the gimmicks, y'all might got the melodies, y'all might got the songs, but y'all can't do this better than me. So this is his marketing tool. His lyrics. The same thing it was before. But the only difference is he had ops that y'all knew about openly. And, certain things happened to him, he got hit up and stuff like that. So it's like, y'all keep on looking at certain things. Yeah, it helped him to get his career where it's going right now. This is why he don't need to be a pro tour. He don't need to have nobody, come tell that he's on, because he do his own thing. He been putting out quality music for a long time, to the point where y'all know that this is what he gonna put out quality. So it's like, we talk about lyrics, you gotta talk about, man. We talking about, people in the top 5 right now. When it come out of BR, when it comes to lyricists, Maine gonna be somewhere up in there. So it's like, y'all cannot like his music or understand his music or understand where he going with it, but y'all gotta see and y'all gotta sit back for the journey. Everything can't happen when we want it to happen, Now, if YB don't give him the chance to come up on the master tour, it may be Mozzie or somebody else that throw a tour later that invite him up on it. He may get his look another way. It doesn't matter. But consistency is what Maine Musik showing y'all that's going to sell. Consistency with lyrics and music. So if he do this consistently, somebody is going to pick him up off the roster, man. You know what I'm saying? Not that he needed. He got his own thing going on. And that's what y'all got to realize. As long as he eating off his independent music right now, it ain't nothing that y'all can say. Some people gonna say he signed to Sean Cotton and all of this and that. It don't matter. As long as he getting money other ways, he's still getting booked for shows and stuff like that. Like, he's still getting features. Y'all should see what all of the dropping back to back got him at, And that's all I'm trying to tell you. You can't sit up here and keep judging the same thing like an artist supposed to do what y'all think he's supposed to do, instead of doing what's in the best form of his career to do. And it is what it is. The thing with Lou Wop not going to work out no more. It's not going to come together. So ain't no need to keep trying to wish and hope that it is going to come together. No, Maine Musik got other people that's looking at him and that's looking to scout his talent. You know what I'm saying? So with Lil Ivy and this whole thing and this whole TBG situation, yeah, it's going to get worse before it get better. But at the end of the day, it ain't no turning back no way. So now Maine Musik got to make a decision to stay in BR, to stay moving around BR, and either get far away if he can. You know what I'm saying? Whether he on papers or not, try to get that switch to where he could go somewhere else. You know what I mean? And that way he won't be picked off as far as, from a distance or nobody know this and that, because like I said, it's up, whether niggas like it or not. And like Lil Ivy said, been up, So that's what he said to P.Y. Youngin. P. Youngin, I'm tripping, So it is what it is, man. Y'all look at it for what y'all look at it as. I'm going to tell y'all exactly what it is. And that's exactly what it is. We dealing with Lil Ivy and we dealing with Maine Musik. And Maine Musik did his little response, in a grown-up way. You know what I'm saying? Lil Ivy, he did his diss on how he did it, with a diss track. So everything not gonna get a response. Everybody gonna move different. So it's already up when you make a track like Meat Riding Spider. You know what I'm saying? When you make a track like that, it's gonna be up forever. You know what I'm saying? Into, you know what I mean? But I don't know how Maine Musik carrying it. Don't get me the line. I'm just saying in general. People gonna move how they move. So with that being said, man, it's the 100 Mob, man. Y'all getting them comments, man. Let me know what's going on, man. Cause right now it's looking kind of shaky. And you know, even though the age differences is there with Lil Ivy and Maine Musik, Lil Ivy is still a grown man, and this is what y'all gotta realize. And the streets is grown man business. So it's like he ain't gonna take no slack, and you know what I mean? He not even gonna, you know, play around with it. He gonna do what he gotta do. You know what I'm saying? As far as lyrically, you know what I mean? Because he putting out music, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He making music right now. So, of course, it's going to have Lil Ivy responses and everything and all of this back. Because this how it go. Maine Musik responds back inside his raps. He responded and said something, you know what I mean, to every nigga that said something to him. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was off, but he put it on wax when he responded. This is how Maine Musik do. You know what I mean? So any of his new music, it's gonna have, you know what I mean, shots fired and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Cause niggas gon', you know, up the ante. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. So with that being said, man, I'm OLTP, man. I'm out like tight pants.